Let's check it out. So we finally caught up with what we were doing, and I'm gonna show you all the long-term projects that we have right now. Well, not necessarily long-term, but ones that take a little bit longer. So we have this Cat Eye Silverado came in for one specific reason: to get bagged. Check that out. So we have a laundry list of things that we need to do at the moment, but as far as what we've done already, it has been 3-linked. It has been notched with a narrow notch. And at the moment, what we're doing is installing the harness for the 3P management system from Airlift that we're gonna use. We're tucking some wiring. That way you won't be able to see it once the bed is cut. Because the plan on this truck is to show everything that we've done, right? So we took our time. My brother and my cousin grounded out the whole frame. Obviously, I did all the welding. And we made sure that everything was gonna come out nicely. I didn't paint some areas on this side over here for the same reason that I still need to weld some bag mounting brackets. So the thing is, this is a 101 in my opinion. I'm pretty sure it's the only one, but we're using a Castle Manufacturing narrow notch along with a Reckless 3-link kit. So they were not meant to go with each other, but we're gonna make it work. We took measurements and I made sure before welding everything nicely in there that we were gonna have clearances. So the thing with the narrow notch is that it really narrows this frame inward where the axle sits in the middle. And the 3-link that sits in its place connected to, or the wishbone that sits right there in this place, only has so much space to clear this narrow notch. But at the end of the day, we test fit everything, came out perfect. This is what we did. Let me put this aside right quick. Check that out. So I got a mess right now at the moment, but that's the differential. Just finally laid the beads down for it last night. So everything's welded nicely. We still got to clean it up, pressure wash all of this, grind it down. That way we could give it a nice lick of paint. Eventually, if he does decide to, we could do the brake conversion kit to disc brakes and get this shortened about 5 inches, 5.5 to 6 inches on these Chevys, or a little bit more if he decides to, depending on the wheel specs that he goes with. But other than that, check that out. Everything's welded nicely, put together. I'm gonna start off by telling y'all what we did over here on this side. So the Reckless kit, they include instructions and everything that you need to do. We ended up raising the cross member, removing the rivets that go here on each side, and we put these spacers to raise it up per the instructions, right? And the back, we cut that cross member of the gas tank and we raised it up. Let's say 1.5 inches, or it could be a little less, but we raised up the butt of the actual gas tank because that's what hits most of the time. Even when you're static, it's what hits. So we made sure that everything was level. We threw a level, making sure that this area doesn't come past the bed frame rail that sits right here. Otherwise, the bed wouldn't sit flushly onto the frame sections. So that's done. We are going to make a bracket to hold this charcoal canister up here and call that a day. What else did we do? Like I said, these are from Reckless. They're weld on. We made sure we threw some measurements. Look at these nice. I think they're like the version 2 VI-Air compressors. So that's hooked up, ready to go. I still need to go pick up some fittings that go here. So I got to go do that later today or tomorrow. So check this out. This is what I really want to get installed, but I got to do some modifications in the back of that frame rail right there. This is where the computer is going to go, or the, not the computer, but the management. It's going to go bolted on right there nicely. We already took some measurements. And I got the harness ready to go. So it'll just click in place. We should be good to go. I just wired up the compressors. Check that out. So that's nicely tucked in place. Same goes over here. That's tucked. And this is the way I did things. You know, others could have done it differently, but this is the way I'm gonna do it. And it's worked with all the other trucks that I've done. So I see a lot of times that people cut holes or drill holes into the actual panel, and that's not the way to do it. Dude, you have a whole access point right there. Just run it in, get your powers and grounds, and get your switch from your fuse box. Or it could be like anything else that'll give it a switch turn on power. After that point in time, you run it nicely. Make sure that it's going to be out the way. And like I said, whenever we cut the bed, I'll show y'all in a little bit. Whenever we cut the bed, I'm only gonna cut the section out wherever you're gonna see the nice 3-link once it gets powder coated. I can't show y'all that now, but eventually I will, because the owner's gonna choose a nice color for it. So we're gonna cut the bed flooring out completely so you can see all the work that we did. We are gonna cover the gas tank up for meanwhile. Eventually, hopefully it gets like a fuel cell or something, but we're gonna cover this up by only cutting this area out of the actual bed and leave this closed up. So it's gonna look nice at the end of the day. But as of right now, this is what you're gonna see whenever you look into the wall behind the truck. You're gonna be able to see all this cool stuff right here. So I was able to get these little rubber brackets, zap them in there all the way around, make sure we tucked everything nicely, and that's that. Like I said, we're probably about a week out. Hopefully in 2 weeks we should get this thing up and running. I got another one that I want to show y'all, but until then, this is what we're working on. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna just give y'all a quick snippet, guys. Check that out. That's all I gotta show. Other than that, hope y'all like it, guys. Appreciate it.